In the last 24 hours, there has been fresh violence in Manipur. This, even as a judicial probe is on to investigate the root causes of what led to some of the worst weeks that we have seen in the northeastern state. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo Story. The central government has appointed a judicial probe after clashes between the Meitei and the Kuki communities in Manipur. Several questions have been raised as to how Manipur came to this pass. The Kuki community is now demanding a separate administration. 10 MLAs, including 7 from the BJP, have in fact written such a letter asking for a separate administration. The Mojo Story has brought to you the moving story of a Kuki MLA who found himself crippled in hospital, unable to speak or walk after his skull was fractured, and he was a BJP MLA. What is the path ahead? There was a certain kind of tenuous peace, but as I said, there has now been, in the last 24 to 36 hours, fresh violence once again in Manipur. We'll be talking today to an elder statesman of the community, Naga peace activist Niketu Iralu, who's been speaking very vocally and movingly on this issue. Many people do not know that 24% of Manipur, in fact, is made up by the Nagas, but even so, as a kind of elder patriarch of the Northeast, Mr. Iralu should be heard and heard carefully. Let's bring him on now as we welcome him to this program at a time of great distress for the Northeast and in particular for Manipur. Sir, I'd like to start by asking you if you believe that the worst is over. There was a sense that a certain kind of peace was limping back, but in the last 24 to 36 hours, we have seen violence again in Manipur. Your thoughts today at what is unfolding?
Well, Barkha Dutt, I'm from Nagaland, but I'm taking part in this program. Thank you for the invitation to take part in this search discussion. Because the whole Northeast, all of us are very conscious that things can go worse and worse and worse. And we are asking ourselves, is this what Act East is all about? Because we heard a lot about it as being a brilliant idea, better than look east. Mm-hmm. But implementation of what seems to be implementation of Act East is Manipur. And you realize that all of us are linked to one another, all the communities, the whole Northeast. That time has come when we have to think how we go forward properly into the future. And where it's a very fragile relationships. And if this kind of poison is brought into our relationships, there are already enough poisons we have caused to ourselves. But if instead of giving us a chance to decrease those, things will have happened the way as they have happened in Manipur, the future is very... we feel insecure about the future. And I feel that, yes, go ahead.
No, I was just, I take your point that things are so fragile. You're saying, is this what Act East is all about? You're also talking about, in a sense, the interlinking of what happens in one state of the Northeast impacts the others. But when you look at, the fact that the BJP's own legislators today are asking for a separate administration. And, we'll show you these images. We did a story on a BJP MLA who was attacked so badly. If we can take the banner off, please. You see him there.
My God.
Yes. He was crippled. His skull was smashed. He is unable to speak today, and he had to be airlifted out of Manipur when this happened. And his name, let me bring up his name. His name is Vunzagen Valte. He was crippled. He's a Kuki MLA, and he's fighting for his life in hospital today. And his wife says, we can never go back. And this is a BJP MLA. So I just want your thoughts on the fact that even the ruling party's own legislators are not convinced about what can and should happen next.
Yes. You see, what is the meaning of this inability of the Delhi, the government of India, to restore peace and normality immediately? Because they have the power to do it. One of the biggest armies in the world, Delhi, India. India has. And unless they do that, we just of all of us speaking from Northeast India and others who are concerned like you and others across India are saying that stop the violence completely so that we are given a chance to work out a very difficult new roadmap for all of us. That's not happening. Why is it? Why is this happening? We cannot believe. But I think raising this question again and again has produced nothing. And look at this Kuki MLA receiving this kind of treatment. One can understand that the worst is being provoked out of all of us in the situation.
Why has it come to this pass? There have been suggestions that a court order that suggested a scheduled tribe status for the Meitei community led to this. Is that how you understand the conflict, the clashes?
Well, I think already the situation has been very bad in Manipur, in Nagaland, in the whole Northeast. We have provoked the worst out of one another, and Delhi has not helped. And so today I feel that leaders must realize that they are facing two choices for their leadership. One is one possibility is a challenge. The other possibility is a temptation to them. And we feel that all of us face that in every situation, every moment. In a crisis like this choice becomes extremely intense. We have come to the conclusion that Narendra Modi and BJP, Amit Shah, they have chosen the one that tempts them instead of the one that challenges them. The one that challenges them.
Explain that. What have they been tempted by? You're saying the BJP's leadership has surrendered to temptation. The temptation to do what?
Well, I think that the whole of India, I think in Kashmir, they chose the one that tempted them. When things were going so wrong in Kashmir, or starting with Gujarat perhaps, at the beginning, we have seen that kind of a yielding to the temptation has continued. If they say, well, things are very serious, India is a very ancient country with many things that have accumulated that are not right. We say that whatever our party doctrine or policy, we realize that India is more than we have realized, we have reckoned with. And therefore, we call upon all of us to work out how we let India be the country that the world needs India to be. I think that's the greatest challenge. India to be the country.
Yes, who or what do you hold accountable? Who or what? Is it the chief minister? Is it the police? Is it the paramilitary? Is it the central leadership? Who has to step up at this moment?
In Manipur.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, people in Manipur know this much better than I. But even from here, not too far away from Manipur, we sense that there's no time to think of what will be the better way. Each group has been compelled to consolidate their position. We are all of us are being made to return to our trenches where we can snipe at one another. There should be a space where we can come out and, leave our rifles and our guns in the trenches. Situation is going to so bad that we are going to all be destroyed, and therefore come out to the open space in front of all of us. I guess like the battle of Panipat, that battle. Come out.
Yeah. No. I'm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
That
is not happening. instead of that, each one feel that now this is the time when we must harden our position and be more aggressive, and be the anger is very deep. The anger, the fear, and the desperateness. We must do this, otherwise we're not going to have any chance to take the next step into the future. We have to protect our
Yes.
integrity. We have to protect
Can,
our own group. No matter what happens to the others, to hell with
can
the
I
rest.
can I ask you who? Can I ask you? You are speaking of everybody being rigid and no one actually creating a space for peace. Who has to take the initiative for this? Who has to lead at this moment? Who has to lead the way?
Let the mighty Indian army we have all fought against, and we have discovered is very powerful, yes. Let it come in and restore peace in one state of Manipur. It's a tiny battlefield for India. Let the Prime Minister order the army to come and do what needs to be done. Forget party policies. Then the groups in clashing groups will be able to say that we can't go on like this. Everybody is realizing that things are very bad. We don't see what lies ahead, but it's not going to be good if we make what is already bad more bad. We all
Yes.
realize that.
Some Kuki groups have claimed that they in fact helped BJP leaders to win elections. You must have followed that report, and it's
I heard
become
about
now
that.
political. Yes, and other Kukis are saying their women marched in Delhi and said we're not militants, we are Indians, and the Meiteis are saying no, they're armed, and both groups are very adamant, as you pointed out, about their position. You've said the army should come in. You've also said that the Prime Minister must speak. You have been urging the Prime Minister to speak.
I mean, he's such a great orator that, he is a very impressive orator. He speaks so well all over the world. On this issue, he keeps so completely silent. What is the meaning of this? What is he trying to tell us?
Why do you think he's silent?
Well, we don't know. It's the greatest mystery, I think, at the moment. Everybody is speaking about like this. All of us who take part in discussion, all in all our states in the Northeast. Why is the Prime Minister so silent when it comes to a crisis like this, where people are dying, people are losing, the houses being destroyed, and fierce anger is bursting out of everybody, fires everywhere, and people. Then the Prime Minister of the country says not a word, and the Home Minister comes and says something which produces the expected result. They are mighty leaders, really, Why can't they act here the way the situation demands? They
Let me
should.
ask you another. Yeah, they should. You said the Prime Minister is a great orator. He speaks all over the world. Why isn't he speaking on Manipur? Let me ask you a last question, sir. If there's one recommendation you would make to the central government at this point for peace, for the beginning of peace again in Manipur, what would it be?
Stop the violence and give the sense of security to all, and say, you are the ones who have to work out what will be sustainable and lasting for your Northeast crisis situation, where everybody is congested next to one another. Say that you work it out. And we in the Northeast, we also have to solve our own problems. This going to high command and again, which has become part of our thinking. High command dependency
Yes.
syndromes. High command dependency syndrome has to stop. We ourselves, and let Delhi know that imposing solutions on us which will benefit party interests is not going to, it produces the opposite. That's what I would say.
Thank you very much, Niketu Iralu. You've made 2 or 3 very important points. You've said that the army should come in and stop the violence. That has to be the interim step. You've said the Prime Minister, known for his oratory, must speak. And you have said that this moment cannot be taken lightly. It cannot be treated as business as usual. One more inquiry panel. The worst is not over, as we have seen in the fresh violence in the last 24 hours. Thank you, sir. We pray and hope for peace to be restored to Manipur, to the beautiful northeastern states. But there are hard questions that you have raised, and I hope somebody will answer them. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes.
May I add this?
Yes.
That the great teaching from the Gita, do your duty and leave the rest up there, or to him, whatever you say in beautiful Sanskrit, which I don't know, but I know that this, Modi and Amit Shah should obey that, whatever the other complications. If they do their duty, that they know wonderful things will come out.
So the Prime Minister and the Home Minister should heed the words of the Gita. They should follow their duty. They should follow their duty.
Believe it or not, that's it.
That is a simple thought, and yet such a big thought. Thank you so much, Mr. Niketu Iralu. It is a pleasure listening to you. Thank you and take care.
Thank you.
We started Mojo right here in this basement. Just 4 people, 4. And now we're about to hit our first 1 million subscribers. So this is to say thank you to all of you for your support, for your respect, and for your encouragement. We've always gone to where the story is. During the pandemic, when television's big anchors were hunkered down in their studios or at their homes, we hit the road. We traveled from Delhi to Kerala, covering 30,000 kilometers in a small car, reporting from inside ICUs and inside slum tenements. Whether it's flash floods or war zones, we've always put our boots on the ground. In fact, we're just back from Punjab, tailing the Khalistani fugitive Amritpal Singh. And through all of this, we have always put you, the people, first. In an age of partisan polarized media where most journalists are either chamcha ya morcha, we believe the story is sacred and the truth of the story is what matters. And now as we get ready for the next step, we need your help. Become a Mojo member and get first access to all our big interviews. Get a chance to ask our newsmakers questions. Get a chance to write and report for us for both our website and our channels. And also, interact with me and my colleagues directly through AMA sessions. Literally, ask me anything. Click on the join now right next to the subscribe button, and yes, also subscribe if you haven't yet, and become a Mojo member for just 159 rupees a month. Hope to see lots of you in our community. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.